Hello, it's Karen, and I'm back again to tell another story. Because our summer reading program theme this year is about animals and it's called Tales and Tales, I decided to tell an animal story. Now, this particular story is from the Native American Iroquois people, and it is called How the Buzzard Got His Feathers. So long, long, long ago, birds did not have feathers. They were pale, skinny, naked creatures. Mammals had fur. Reptiles had scales. Even fish had scales. But the birds had nothing. They just had their pasty skin. And the other thing was, when the weather got colder, it was chilly not having anything to cover them up. So the birds had a meeting. They all got together and they decided they would send their prayers to the great Creator and ask for some kind of covering for their bodies. So then they had to decide who was going to go to the Creator and find out if their prayers were answered. So the birds sent their prayers up, and then they made the decision that the best one to go get their covering was the buzzard, because the buzzard could fly for long, long hours. The buzzard could fly higher than any of the other birds, and they knew that if anyone was going to make it to the great Creator, it would be Buzzard. So the buzzard packed up some food and he set off on the journey, and he flew and he flew and he flew and he flew, and every now and then he would stop and he would have something to eat. And then he would take off and fly more. He would fly and he would fly up and up over the mountains. And every now and then, like I said, he would stop and rest and eat. And eventually, he ran out of food. So the buzzard, the next time he stopped for a meal break, well, all there was for him was some dead fish along a river. So he did what he had to do. He ate those stinky dead fish. And then he went back to flying, and he kept flying and kept flying. And on the way, he found other dead animals to eat. So he ignored the smell and he ate those dead animals. And then finally, he made his last push, and he flew and he flew and he finally made it to the great Creator. And the Creator said, "Oh, Buzzard, I have been waiting for you. I have feathers for the birds. And since you're the one who has made this journey, you get first pick of what feathers you get. There's one catch. You can try on the feathers, but once you take them off, you can never put that set of feathers on again." The buzzard says, "Okay, that's fine. That's a good deal." Said so. He tried on the first set of feathers. And these feathers were a beautiful blue, and there was a little jaunty cap on the top. And Buzzard looked and decided, no, I don't think blue is my color. So he took those feathers back, and they ended up with the blue jay. So the next outfit that he tried on was mostly brown, but it had a pretty orange-red vest. So he put that outfit on and he looked at those feathers. And he thought, No, I don't think so. I don't know why, but I just don't care for this one. So that went to the robin. The next suit of feathers he picked up were bright yellow with black trim. They were really flashy. And Buzzard thought, ooh, I think I'll like this. So he put on these feathers and he looked at himself and said, no, I don't like these so well after all. They're a bit too bright, and I'm not crazy about that black trim. So those feathers ended up with the goldfinch. Now, the next set of feathers were bright red, and they had a nice pointy cap, and they were really beautiful. And the buzzard tried them on, and he looked at himself, and they looked nice, but he says, no, I don't think these are for me. So those feathers ended up going to the cardinal. Now he found another set of feathers, and these were mostly brown and a little bit gray, but they had a beautiful, shiny green cap. And Buzzard tried these on, thinking, yeah, these'll work for me. I think I'll like these. And he tried it on, but then the more he looked, the more he decided, no, I don't think the green cap works. So that ended up going to the mallard duck. Now, the buzzard kept trying on feathers and more feathers, and nothing seemed to satisfy him. Finally, he was down to the last set of feathers. And the creator said, I'm sorry, you've tried on everything else. Once you put this set on, this is going to be yours. You won't be able to take it off. So the buzzard squeezed into this suit, and it was very tight, and it didn't quite cover his head that had gotten sunburned on the trip. And, he moved it around and looked at it, and it was kind of an ugly brownish black, and his red burned head was showing. And Buzzard was like, oh, well, this is awful, but I know this is all that's left. So I guess I'm stuck with it. And that is why the buzzard looks like he does today. He's not very attractive, is he? Yeah, he's kind of funny looking. But he's still a good flyer. He can still fly long distances, and you'll see him way up high in the air soaring around. But that is the story of how the buzzard and all the other birds got their feathers. See you next time.